It's fall in the heartland of America, and something's happening across the plains. This is wheat country, and harvest is in full swing. This is Nathan. He's a fourth-generation farmer, and he's going to show us how it all works. Ready, Nate?
Yep.
We'll start with the equipment. To harvest, you start with a combine. This particular combine is equipped with a header designed for small grains, like wheat, and it measures 40 feet long. This model's pumping out 459 horsepower and weighs 37,000 pounds. It also has a 330 bushel grain tank that unfolds like origami. The grain cart is pulled by a John Deere 9460 tractor and has 6-foot 7-inch tires, which is taller than the average player in the NBA. They also have 4 semis to transfer the wheat to grain bins. Last but not least is the service truck. This rig carries fuel, a generator, and all the tools you might need to service these implements. Here's how it works. Each combine is guided by a GPS. This keeps the combine in a perfectly straight path. It still needs Nathan, though, to navigate dips and to change the height and angle of the header to match the landscape. To make sure this machine is operating perfectly, Nate keeps an eye on his GPS monitor, rear camera, yield monitor, and his main computer, and he makes quick adjustments on the multifunction joystick. The header is equipped with hundreds of knives that move back and forth in the cutting bar. They act like scissors, cutting the wheat close to the ground. The header has a belt that moves the cut wheat to the center of the machine. Inside the combine, the wheat is threshed, which means the grain is separated from the stalks and begins to fill up the grain tank. Depending on your yields, it can take about 30 minutes of harvesting to fill a grain tank this size. The waste material, or chaff, is shot out the back and adds nutrients back into the soil for next year's crop. Right now they're harvesting a field that is one section, which is a mile by a mile, or 640 acres. With 40-foot headers on these combines running an average speed of 5 miles an hour, the total time to harvest this field is 13.2 hours. When the grain tank is full, it's time to offload to the grain cart, but there's no time for stopping. The grain cart pulls up next to the combine and transfers on the fly. It takes just a couple minutes for the combine to move all its wheat to the grain cart. The tractor pulling the grain cart isn't done yet. They've got to get the wheat back to the farm. So they head over to semi number 1 and start unloading. Once the semi is full, it's time to take the load back to the farm, where they'll have yet another transfer, this time to a grain bin. It doesn't take long to realize it takes a team to make all these transfers happen. It also takes some heavy equipment. The next piece of equipment is called a swing-away auger, and it transfers the wheat from the semi-trailer to the grain bin. It's 70 feet long and has a built-in scissor lift to adjust to different heights. It can transfer 7,200 bushels per hour through its 2 horizontal feed augers. Let's do some basic math here. 1 bushel of wheat is right around 60 pounds. These semi-trailers can hold 1,000 bushels. So that's 60,000 pounds of wheat per truck. These augers work so quickly that they can transfer the entire semi-load in 8.4 minutes. Grain bins come in a lot of different sizes, but these can hold 5,000 bushels of wheat, which is enough wheat to make 210,000 loaves of bread. This is the general process of harvesting wheat, but the day is far from over. This family's been harvesting wheat for weeks, and they're not done yet. More than that, they've been harvesting for years, generations even. It's a lifestyle marked by hard work, green springs, and cold winters. And it takes a team. This team just happens to be a family. A good sunset doesn't hurt either.